And so one of the things when I went through this transformational journey, I learned really quickly, it's how you respond in those moments when you overeat, when you overspend, when you have a disagreement with the loved one. And like you said in the intro, we've got 8 baby steps that we're going to be going over today, that we're going to be diving deep on. And we're going to share an action step in each one of these that's helped us get to the next step. Make sure you stay tuned to the end, because this 8th step I would consider, and I think Ewan can agree with this, is the most important step. The 8th step, we're going to be sharing that here shortly.
If we didn't go over the other 7 or whatever 7 we're about to go over, they're all key elements to get into where you need to go. But if the number 1, if you just had that, everything else falls into place. So yeah, man, start us off. Hit us with that first one.
So the first one I would say that I have learned is acknowledge it. Don't dwell on it. So when you know you've overeaten, when you know you've overspent, and you know you've had a disagreement with a loved one, acknowledge it. Don't dwell on it. I think too many times, myself included, where I would just dwell on it, I would just sit in my thoughts and just basically not share it with anybody, not get my emotions out, not share my feelings, and I would just dwell on it. And so an action step that I have learned, instead of beating myself up, I recognize that, hey, I'm an imperfect human being. I'm God's child. I'm going to have setbacks. I'm going to have challenges. And this is a part of the journey and who I'm wanting to become, which is 1% better in these different areas of life than I was yesterday. Yep. And so for an example, example might look like, hey, I made a mistake, but I'm ready to move forward.